The Basketweaver Sweater is one of my new top-down sweater designs, so I want to share a little bit about the construction of the sweater, give you some color ideas, and show you some of my other Basketweaver inspiration in this video. Sound good? I have a couple little helpers to help me out. Well, one of them fell asleep. Brioche, are you ready to talk about baskets? Ready to have a basket weaver? You're in the basket weaver. I got Brioche in a basket and little Stitch for moral support. So the Basketweaver Sweater is knit with DK weight yarn, and that's my favorite type of sweater thickness because it makes a really structured, cozy fabric. Not too thick, not too thin, and it's knit from the top down. So if you've knit the Dustland sweater, then the Basketweaver Sweater is going to be the same construction with those nice garter stitch short rows on the back of the neck to raise the back of the neck. So it sits real nice on the shoulders, and you have that 2x2 ribbing at the beginning, little garter stitch short rows, and then we get into the full fun basket weave pattern. It starts with really tiny baskets in the top of the yoke, and then I snuck in the yoke shaping into the eyelets. So it looks like the fabric is woven, this woven texture, but it's just knit with knits and purls. I guess that's everything with knitting. It's all just knits and purls, but it has like this visual illusion of a woven 3D fabric, but it's just where you place the stockinette and reverse stockinette blocks, and the little eyelets break up the pattern and make this really beautiful airy fabric. So it's nice and drapey, and I'm so happy with the fit of this sweater. So when you're choosing your size of the Basketweaver sweater, the most important thing is getting a close stitch gauge. So to have a successful sweater fit, you gotta focus on the gauge, and choosing your size is really important as well. So you could do a little gauge swatch, or to check your size, a little fun fact is the Basketweaver Shawl is the same exact gauge. So if you've knit the Basketweaver Shawl, you could check your gauge to see if it's close to the recommended stitch gauge for the sweater. But yeah, you could knit the shawl, and this could be your swatch for the sweater. I'm really trying to get around any way to not swatch, so I consider all my shawls as swatches. So you could start at the top center of the shawl, and once you're through this first section, you could measure your stitches and see how it's comparing to the recommended gauge. So that's the shawl. This one uses 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. So it's a pretty quick, thick shawl, one of my quicker shawl projects to knit, the Basketweaver Shawl. And the sweater uses anywhere between 4 skeins for the small sizes up to 8 skeins for the larger sizes. I used about 6 or 6.5 for my size. I'm wearing the size 5. So choosing your size is really important for these sweater patterns like the Basketweaver and Dustland sweater, because what you're seeing are the sizes numbered 1 through 9, and the finished measurements, you're seeing the actual finished chest circumference. So check that chest circumference, and I recommend not to knit the exact chest circumference size as your chest circumference, because that's going to be a really fitted sweater. If you want that, that's okay, but I always recommend choosing a size that's bigger than your actual chest bust circumference. So that means you're going to get some extra space on both sides. So if you have 2 to 4 inches, 5 to 10 centimeters of positive ease, of extra wiggle room, that's a good starting point to pick a size that's 2 or 4 inches larger than your actual size, and you'll get a nice cozy fit. If you want it really relaxed, then you could even go up a couple sizes in the pattern to make it really extra roomy. But I chose the size 5 for me with a little bit of ease. There's enough room for me and a little Stitch. You like going under. She likes going under blankets and sheets. Are you going to be cozy under there? Yeah, you can take a nap. So that's how I design my sweaters. This positive pup room. Okay. So this is with about 6-7 skeins. I used the Norway colorway. So we put a lot of kits together. If you want things really easy and you're like, how many skeins of yarn, what yarn is good for the sweater, we put a bunch of kits at Stephen and Penelope in a whole rainbow of colors. So a lot of Westwool tandem colors. This is the Norway colorway I'm wearing. And I really recommend solid, semi-solid yarns for this project. So Westwool Tandem is a perfect sweater yarn because the solid colors really pop with any texture you're doing. And it's a non-superwash wool, which means it has a little more structure to it. It's not so loose and drapey. Sometimes superwash yarns I find stretch out a little bit more or just have a more fluid feeling with those superwash fibers, but the non-superwash wools has a little more loftiness to it. So I love using these for sweaters that keep their shape a bit better. This is Norway, and we have some berry. This would be a beautiful berry red kit. And all the kits, you just have to select your size, and then we'll send you the number of skeins you need for your size. So all of the colors we have come in all 9 sizes of the pattern. So pick your size 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you'll get the number of skeins needed for your sweater. So we did those so you don't have to think as much. So pick your favorite color and we'll ship it to you so you can just cast on and we'll take care of the rest. So berry is the red, green olive is a really beautiful kind of yellow undertoned green. It has a really nice glowing quality to it. So I love using this color because it's deep and saturated, but those light undertones really make the stitches pop a bit better. And tiger, this is a beautiful butterscotchy caramel color. Reykjavik for the gray lovers. A dusty rose, this would be beautiful. Rosvita, I love this light, soft pink color. Anytime you choose a light color for texture, it's going to make the texture pop better. You can still see the texture with this dark Norway color because it's solid. If this was like a speckled dark color, the basket weave pattern would get disguised, and why do all that work if you're not going to see it? So when in doubt, pick a really nice light color to make those stitches shine better. But if you find a deep color you like Norway or that nice green olive, then those solid colors will still help those colors and textures jump out of the fabric. And one of my favorites is this orange Beatrix. If you're daring, you could do a nice color pop. You only choose one color, so you got to make it the best color. So what are you going to do? Going to go really bright or really deep? I think like a charcoal, like a deep heathered gray would be really subtle and so cozy. So let me know what your favorite color is, or if you have some plans from your stash, what you're going to knit for your basket weaver sweater. And once you cast on, it's really easy to customize. So yeah, let me know what color you're going to choose, what color you're going to make it. And then I'd love to see your progress photos of how it's fitting, and especially when you finish it, what you wear it with and what shawls you coordinate with it. But as you cast on, the stitch gauge is most important because the basket weave blocks are easy to customize. So if you want to knit an extra block or two for your yoke or stop a little bit early, you can do that. And especially for the sleeves and the body, those are the large basket weave blocks. It's the same size blocks for the whole sleeve and the whole body. So you just stop early if you want more of a cropped sweater, or if you want really long sleeves, you just keep on going with those big basket blocks. And it's really easy to customize that way. So don't worry too much about the length. That's why I designed it top down, so you can try it on and customize it. I went with really long cuffs on mine. I always like that. I always feel like that nice tight ribbed long cuff holds the sweater in and frames it really nicely. So I love designing my sweaters with those long cuffs, but you can bind it off at any time or fold it over would be really cool too. So lots of fun things to customize, and some of my test knitters added some color blocks and extra colors. So if you want to colorize it, you could do a cool faded marl version, or you could do like color blocks for the cuffs. That would be really fun. Or in color block for the bottom hem. So get creative, and I love it when you use my patterns as just guidelines. You know, you're the one knitting it, so make sure you love the process. All right. So I hope you love this basket weaver sweater. I have a few basket weaver patterns, some other ones up my sleeves. There might be some socks coming, maybe a hat or a cowl. So if you love this texture theme I'm playing with, there's going to be more coming. And I'll keep sharing some more videos and workshops too. So keep a lookout on westknits.com. We're going to do some more workshops this year, all about some more socks and design topics. So I can't wait to share more of these ideas and yeah, sweater obsessions with you this year. So leave a comment what color you're going to do the sweater in. And thanks for watching. And we're going to go cast on, I think, some more socks. And we're working on a bunch more modular shawls. So maybe I'll sneak in this basket weave to some other shawl patterns. This was the first one, the Shawl Smorgasbord. This was the first time I played with that basket weave motif, and it's just so addicting. Whenever you find something new in knitting, you just gotta take it into all the forms, into socks and shawls and sweaters. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna design some more basket weave patterns for you, and I'll share those with you in some more videos. So thanks for watching. Stitch, are you asleep? You can say bye. Do you need a basket weaver poncho? A little blanket? Okay, we'll see you later.